Hey everyone, it's Zadira and Steffi.
Hi
We have
guys.
something completely different and special for you today. We are on my single player, non dedicated server. We are on the center because I thought this might be a really good place to show off a new mod. So it is quite lengthy. There's a lot to show and tell. So stick with us because there's this turtle's very interested in the Bronto behind us, I tell you. All right, so let's look for a second. Here we are on the outskirts of what I created. I created a village. I'm going to do my backspace so you don't see my UI. We started out by putting down all these foundations, and the one thing that you can build in your inventory is the foundations, but then everything else is crafted in the smithy, and we'll show that in just a moment. But this is like a huge apartment complex. I don't know what they would have called it in medieval times.
I don't know. It's so cool though.
Yeah, so this is the big town center. And then over here, I utilized, you also have the ability to build with walls and floors and ceilings and roofs, just like in normal Ark. So I wanted to show off how you could do that too, because I built a garrison. Then these are for the soldiers to protect the village. And now this is, I know you're probably looking at this and wondering what in the world is this? So this is called um Molnir Monument.
I think so. It's
Yeah,
hard to
Thor's hammer.
pronounce. Yeah.
And it's cool, but there are some weirdness about it. We see these red lines, and then Steffi on her screen, I don't see them, but she sees this huge red dome
Yeah,
over it.
I do like when you do the feeding trough range. I
Yes.
see the range.
Yeah, and there's no way of turning it off. So the thing that I've noticed is I believe he's probably the mod developer is probably going to be doing a lot of changes and a lot of fixing bugs and things. We didn't find a ton of bugs, but there are a few things that he needs to do a little bit of this and that and the other. But this thing is cool because it will heal you if you can place it down near where you're going to be fighting or anywhere, anything. So I thought it's perfect to put it here next to where all the soldiers are going to be staying that are guarding the village. So you come over here and it heals you up. So I thought that was very cool. Hopefully he can figure out how to take away the red lines though. So anyway, this is I made like a little fortress, a little place for the soldiers to live and have their animals in case the village was attacked. There are different gateways. There are different walls. There's like a single wall and then a tall wall. These are all the tall, big walls. They're like double. And then you come in here and I'll show, this is the place where the soldiers will sleep. But I wanted to kind of just show the different types of walls. You can see there's walls that have windows and different textures. This is the medieval walls. And then over here, some of the Viking walls and different roofs and different things like that. So that you can actually build. You don't even need the pre-made buildings. These are the stone. And this is, I think, I can't remember exactly. Well, look, let's look in here. I'll show you. This is actually what the smithy looks like. It's very cool. And everything has to be crafted in here. So there's a lot. So bear with me. I'm going to show you just real quickly. There's bridge, a castle folder, doors, floors, foundations, furniture, gateways, a generator, the lanterns, medieval structures, pillars, roofs, ships, stairs, torches, Viking villages, and walls. Each one of these, most of these only have one item. Like this is the Cobblestone bridge. Now, I have to say, I do have a problem with placing that. I'll show you that in a minute. I have one down, but I did have some problems with the snap points on that. Then you have castle. This is the prison. It's a medieval prison. That's in the castle. Most of these just only have one item. So this is the doors. Now, these also, they're like the Ark Ascended where you press R and you will have different varieties of that item. Floors, see, you have, I don't know, 20 or 30 different varieties of floors. Then the foundations, you only have the one, and that is the one thing you can craft in your inventory. Furniture, we have doors, railings, chairs, wood bench, Viking table sets. So you have like 4 or 5 different tables. I'll show some of the items in a minute. Beds, ladder, and storage chest. And like I say, you only craft one item. And right now they're pretty inexpensive. 14 fiber, this is for the chairs, 30 wood and 18 thatch. For these doors, you have stone and thatch. Then we go to the gateways, and you have gates. These are castle wall gates. I didn't put any gates in on mine. And then the castle gateway, and that was the big gateway I showed. And there's a fortress gate. So you have different items there. The generator is very cool. We'll show that in a minute. It's a huge windmill. It's so awesome. Now it takes 3,000 wood, but when you see it, you'll understand. That's not bad. And then the lanterns, you have different lanterns, and then there's a tree of betrayal. Now this is very interesting. It takes a Gigantosaurus heart and rare flowers. It's very interesting. I don't know if there's a story behind that. Somebody who knows about Viking lore might know about that, or if it's medieval. I'm not sure. And then you have several with the lamps and street lamps. I'll show some of those. And then we have the medieval structures. You have the well. I'll show that in a minute. It's so awesome. And it acts just like a reservoir, water reservoir. And then the medieval building structures. So it's kind of difficult to do their first blueprint for the structures. And so you can place the structure down and have like there's like 12 different or 13 different houses you choose. But you have to have an alpha Rex tooth. You have to have 5 of those, which that's kind of hard to do.
It is difficult.
I don't know if that'll change or not. You have to have 1,000 stone, 500 metal ingots, 500 wood, and 800 crystal to create any of your buildings. But my gosh, when you see them, they're just amazing.
They're so awesome.
And then we have a pillar that turns into so many different items, so many kinds of pillars. It's really cool. Roof, it's very similar to our ascended roofs. We have a Viking ship that's very cool. It's a raft that looks like a Viking ship. You have stairway, same thing. And then here, this medieval painting, I was not able to make that work. I wish I could have, because that would have helped me with the decorations, but I wasn't able to make that work. But like I say, I'm almost certain he's working on that. And then you have this medieval scaffolding. Gosh, it's huge. It is huge, that scaffolding. And then let's go over here to torches. Here we go. And these are like the torches that are on the fronts of the buildings, of some of the buildings, and then some of the bowls, fire bowls that you see. Viking villages is similar to the medieval villages, but it's separate. It's a different type of housing. We'll show it here in a minute. But you can make small guard towers. Those are 200 ingots, 300 wood, and 100 thatch. They're really awesome. And then you have Viking houses and towers. So again, you have to have the Alpha Rex tooth. 500 stone and 1,000 wood to create each one of those. So you get to choose, and they're amazing. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting that he chose that as a part that you need to create your house.
It is interesting.
And then you have your walls, and these are the ones that I'm showing here in the garrison. They're not expensive at all. 20 wood, 40 stone thatch, and that's for the doorways. And you have different, like I say, you press R, and you can have different looks. Here's the rundown wooden walls, and that's what I was showing a while ago. The village-style walls, stone walls, stucco walls, and then here's it's a huge triangle. It's kind of like sloped walls put together. But it's really big. It's like 4 or 6 wide, but it really makes it easy to put that on top of your house. And then you have the castle walls again. So I believe that's it. Hopefully I didn't go too quickly, but I just wanted to go fast enough that you could get an idea of what you can do. Like this is the old wood, and then these are the stone wood. These are all walls that I built all of this myself. And we put a few throughout the tour, you're going to see a few animals, some gardening, some plants and things. Oh, that Oviraptor's in enjoying the view. And here are some. Oh, there's Steffi. She's waiting patiently. Here's some of the tables. They're all decorated already. You place them, and this is what they look like. This is the little lantern that I was talking about. We have different lanterns and different lights. This fireplace is from the RR Medieval, but I wanted to have a fireplace in here because the soldiers needed to get warm.
Don't get confused. This particular mod that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
It is a completely different mod.
Yeah, I just did it for decoration. And then there are 4 different chests that you can put down. This is one of them. They're so awesome. And then there's tables and chairs. There's different types of chairs. Here's one of the Viking chairs right here. Look how intricate it is. And so this little building is just something. These stairs were part of it. This is just something I put together very quickly. Also, you're going to see these things throughout the mod. These are called tech lights. I get them from a mod, and that's all it is. It's just tech light mod. But when you don't have light in your buildings, it is very, very dark because of the way Ascended has done their lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for you guys to see, I put these in almost all of the buildings so that you can see inside and see the detail easier and better.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit washed out, but it's better to see it than not, because if I didn't have these lights, it would be pure darkness in here.
Yeah.
But these are another one of the chests. There's, like I said, there's 4 different chests. I think there's 4 different beds. And this is where the soldiers would sleep. And here's some more of the chairs and the table. And the soldiers can look. So, go down here, back, and see. Oh, and here's one of the chandeliers. That helps the light a little bit. But you can see those tech lights are super bright.
Yeah, they are. And they are handy. But again... separate mod.
Yeah, it's a separate mod. Yes.
It does not come with the mod.
Here's another one of the lights. I love those. I think those are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Up there. And then this is to keep your hay and your barrels of supplies for your horses. But you can see again the different types of wood and the different types of roof. So and this is another one of the lights. But I was able to make these little roundish rooms and put a ceiling on top of those, so you can build big old castles.
Yeah.
Too. So you do have a single wall, and then most of these are like double walls. So let's go ahead and go on. Oh, this is one of the bowls of fire that I was talking about with the torches.
The braziers.
Braziers, yes, braziers. Yeah. And then here's the bridge. And like I say, I tried to build a bridge, and I worked and worked and worked, and I just could not get it to snap the way I wanted it to. Now, the developer may have it snap the way they want it to be snapped, but I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. So I couldn't build a bridge. It's very cool, though. This is my fantasy of my village. I put this here. This is one of the buildings that you can, this is one of the medieval buildings that you can choose when you build one of these. And you just plop it down. You don't have to have foundations. I found it was easier to get them nicer.
This is medieval structure number 1.
Mm-hmm. And this is probably my favorite building.
I love all the
But I
windows.
thought this made a good general store. I think it actually makes my favorite house. But it's kind of interesting. There's shelves on the walls. And then you have little rooms that you go all in. Like here is a room. Make a perfect little bedroom. If it was a general store, if you use it for a general store, it could be for storage. You can have your public restrooms back here.
Yeah?
Oh, no, this is the stairs. Here we go over here.
You have bathrooms and closets.
So there's 2 stairs. Interesting. So here's this stairs. You go up that stairs and we'll see if we meet. And then here's a room.
Nope, this is a completely different room.
Oh, interesting. So it'd be a good general store where you could live up above.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This could be the apartment where they lived, and then they could rent out the other apartment.
Yeah, it could be an Airbnb.
Yeah, sure. It's very bright, but I tell you, if I didn't have the lights, you wouldn't like it. So anyway, I love this house. I would love to decorate. I just didn't want to get people confused. I wanted to decorate so bad, but I didn't want to get people confused. But I thought that made a good general store for the city town. And then here I made this in my mind a sheriff's office for the sheriff, and because this is the jail, and you craft this separate, and it's kind of scary. But it's got these 2 beds, and these act as beds. You can actually spawn 2 these beds. So that's the jail. Very, very spooky, but very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it would be really neat to add that to your castle or to your garrison area.
Yeah.
And then this is the sheriff's department. He has his sheriff's, and this is where he gives out tickets, and it has a little upstairs. And then you go over here, and we've got horses that people can ride. Then here's another town. We're not going to go through all of the houses.
Yeah, we mostly want to show you the outside.
Yes.
And how they look.
Yes, and they're not
inside.
Right now they're not named. This one is like Medieval Structure 1. They're not named correctly. I believe he might be going to do something
because
different.
that one is also
this is Medieval Structure 1. So we won't even tell you the names of them, but hopefully you can tell kind of by looking. I thought this was a cool one because it has the flags up there, and it has these little shutters that open.
I love the windows.
Yeah, just so much detail. It's just so cool. These are the little lanterns that hang. I put those up there to show you. And so this is one of the little houses, and this looks kind of like I don't know. It's just a really neat little building.
Yeah,
this is one of our favorites. It looks like a little fairy tale cottage.
It does.
It's got moss. It's something mossy, I think. No, it doesn't say, but in my mind, maybe I named it a mossy building. And this one did have a little bit of a problem. I could not figure out how to get upstairs. You can see it's got a little round window up there. Isn't that cute? And I couldn't attach, there is a medieval ladder. I couldn't attach that, and I couldn't attach stairs. So that's something that's probably going to get worked on, I'm sure. All of these things. I think the mod developer is working hard because it's so cute. I put an apple tree there from the RR Medieval Garden. Medieval RP decor, I think. And then some of these little bushes and things are from Circus Gardening. I just thought they added, because it was so blank once I destroyed all the trees and the grass and all that. So I did add some gardening. This comes with like a little picket fence area. This one actually has a barrel back. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, there's a barrel. There's a ladder back there.
Yeah,
there's a little bench.
Yeah,
on the
I
side.
may have added the bench. No, it's part of the structure. Some things I added benches. Oh yeah, here's like a little workshop area.
Yeah.
So cute. And a ladder.
I just love that it's got the greenery on it.
I know.
Just kind of sets it apart.
Yes. I think this is a medieval building, and I think there's a Viking that has you can even see it's on top of the roof, growing vines. So let's go ahead and go down into the city. This is where they have the big apartment buildings. Like I say, I'm not kidding you. You could have a whole entire server live in these buildings. It's amazing.
You get lost in there.
We'll go in this one. It's not quite as big as that other one. But see, here's a main room here that could be like your office for renting out the buildings. And you do have doors. I just didn't put any doors on because I have a thing about doors opening and closing. I think with ASA they did make it better. It doesn't seem like the doors are as annoying as they were. You see, like this you keep going up. There's a little room back there. Keep going up. It's amazing. It's just truly, truly. They got these cool windows where you can look out.
Yeah, they're so clear. I love it.
Yeah, you can look. That's one thing they've done in ASA. They've messed up the windows. You can't see out of anything. So fun. Let's see.
Another thing that we talked about that we really liked about these prefab buildings is in the majority of them, they have set the ceilings high enough.
Yes.
That they are not down where
you feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, where you feel claustrophobic. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of height.
So I'm thinking there's other stairs going to the other part, because I don't think we went all the way up, did we?
I think in this one we might have.
Yeah, is there another stairs? I get really lost in these. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to definitely get lost.
But I don't feel like we went all the way up, because they have this, like, looks like an attic up there. And we never did go out on any balcony, but I know we did go up about 3 floors. So maybe you can't go up to the attic. Maybe. Yeah.
This would also be a really cool restaurant.
Yeah.
With apartments above.
Yeah, that would be.
There's so many ideas.
But this one, it shows the scaffolding. So that scaffolding I said was a big, it's like that big scaffolding, medieval scaffolding. And this actually shows a lot of the wall designs, because see, there's that wooden, and then they have the brick, and then you have those medieval over there. This shows a lot of the different wall designs that you can use to build your own house. So it's very fun. But we won't go up that one. That would take forever.
That would take days.
And this one's also, they're all kind of similar they're all pretty much the same
on the inside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just, hopefully, by giving you an idea of how they look on the outside, you'll be able to choose which one you want to use.
Yeah, without having to build every single one.
And this is the well. It's so cool. Now, the little flowered bushes that I put around, but otherwise, it's got this big rounded area with stone around it. It's really neat. And you can get a drink from it. It's kind of got these little dead tree looking things, and that kind of gives you where you're going for the entrance.
Yeah, and they have these clay pots here, like they're waiting to be filled up.
Yes, the clay pots are part of it. It's really, really neat. And it works as a watering.
Yep, and you can get a drink out of it.
Mm-hmm. So I put one of those here, and then we'll go on down. Here's another little house. I thought this was cute, with the little back porch that's fenced in, or side porch. Our back porch, I guess you could use it as a back porch. It's according to how you face it. I had to actually sit them down to find out where the doors were. That would be a good thing, that if a mod developer is able to do that, is be able to mark the doors so that you know how you're placing them. This one actually had a little fireplace.
Yeah, and the fireplace comes with the structure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not burning, but it's got coals that are lit, so that's fun. Yeah. And then that little house, and like I said, they're all pretty similar, but the one thing I did have a problem with, I had to set them down and find out where the doors were, because I didn't know, and then I was able to pick them up and place them again. And see, this one's got the fireplace. I love this little house. I thought this was a cute one.
Yeah, I really do too. This is very cute, with the 2 entrances on the front and the
little picket fence
and the shutters on the windows.
Yeah.
And see, you can see there's smoke coming out of the chimney, even though
so it makes it look like people are living here.
Yeah.
Now there's the smoke. And then this is one of the little Viking houses. So far, I think we've been showing only medieval. I did place some crop plots out so we could look like we had some gardening going on. This is just a little, most of the Viking houses look just like this.
Yeah,
so we won't go in all.
Great starter house.
Yeah, really, really good. Except you need a T-Rex too.
Yeah, well, except for that. Except for the T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's going to stay that way. That seems a little I put some sheep in this little yard here. I thought that would be a fun thing. Then we
So
have
cute.
this little house. So again, kind of the same. And then you go down into this. This is the more rural farming area. Now this, let me show this while I'm up here. As you can see, this is a tower. There are two tall towers. I don't know. There's the other one. There, so you can have a lot of defense. You can have a lot of turrets and archers up there on those towers.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, yeah. Very fun. And it's part of the medieval structures. So it costs the same as creating one of those, just one of the structures, and then you can place your, press your R and place down which one you want.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could even do the prefab towers and then build a castle
around it.
Yeah. Or attached to it.
That would be really good. I'm curious. I actually just had this thought. Turn my back to it. I wonder how much. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So 200,000 health.
Yeah, I've noticed that on all of the buildings. Wow. I think
that is crazy. That's good. If you want to use a tower for defense, you need to have good health.
All of these houses, all of the prefab buildings have 200,000 health.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. And like I said, I don't know if that will change, but probably not.
Gosh, I hope not. That would be amazing.
So here I planted a little garden with some pumpkins and some corn to show this little house off. I just love this little house. It's
Me
just
too.
So cute.
So
now again,
cute.
it has two entrances, so you can go in the side, and that I couldn't get that. I couldn't pick that up. I couldn't break it. I couldn't do anything with it. That shrubbery right there.
Oh.
It's part of a tree, a dead tree. And same with these. Anyway, but it has the little fireplace and the little shutters that are open to give a little bit of light. And then here's some of my workbenches in here. And then this little house is so cute.
This one is so different.
This one's really different. This is one of the Viking houses. It's very, very simple. I really like this for a starter house. It's very simple. You could have all of your, like your grinder and your fabricator and all those kind of things up here if you wanted to. Look at the big windows. So nice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and if you're wanting a different texture, a different look, the outside is a little different than what we've seen.
Yes. And then we have this same kind of, but it has more of an L shape. It has the railing, the little fence railing all around. Very similar. Oh, that poor parasaur, he's stuck. This is, I guess it's a market kind of thing. I know when we played, was it Primitive Plus? No, it's Survival Plus.
Yeah.
They had a market that you could place down. And that's what it was called. It was very similar to this building. And it was called the market. And I'm thinking people would have their stalls all in, but I just put a couple of animals in here to give it a little bit of look. They're trying to sell off their animals at the market, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put out a lot of boxes and barrels and things.
Or it could be a blacksmith shop.
Oh, I like that idea.
Animals on the bottom part, and then the blacksmith shop up above.
Yeah.
And you could really build out on this.
Yes.
You could do a lot with this.
Yeah, you really could. It's an open air market, I think.
Yeah.
And then here's another little Viking building, just exactly the same as the others. And then here's my dock I made, and we have two of the Viking ships. They're the same. There's only one Viking ship available right now, but they're just exactly a raft is what they are. Just like a regular official raft.
Yep.
They're very cool. They have the barrels and the ropes and things, so you can definitely feel like a Viking ship.
I'd much rather drive that around than the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these are some of the ceilings that I placed down. These are wood where you can change them from, gosh, I don't know, so many different colors and textures. You've got so many choices of different types of wood that you can use. And then these are some of the railings. These are the rope railings. I think you've probably been seeing these around as we've gone.
Yeah,
There's
this
3 different railings.
looks so good with
Yeah, they're
with
so
the dock.
really looks good. I thought the rope railings looked better for around the dock. Let's go on and finish up the rest of the town. We have this is the generator I was telling you about. It's a big giant windmill, and let's see, put my backspace on. If you look in it, ooh, let's see. You can see I've got, gosh, I've had that 1,000 gasoline in there forever. I almost think it was working before I put the gas in it, but so right now it may not even need gasoline, but it does say it does.
Yeah, it says it needs fuel.
But that could be because it's an official power generator, skin for a power generator. But it says it needs fuel, but I almost think it was on before I put the gasoline in. It hasn't used any gasoline, so it's been on for a long time. And
yeah.
So I'm thinking, but that may change too.
But how cool looking is that, and how much more realistic than the generators that we have.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I would love something more like this in all of because we kind of tend to build more primitive. And then this is the more rural area where people are farming and living out in the countryside. There's that tower that we showed the other side of. And you can see, I won't go all the way up, but you can see there's stairs that do. You can go all the way up to the top of that tower.
Yep.
Yeah. And then here's another well. We wanted to have a well closer to this part of town so people could come and get their pots of water. We'll go this way and then come back the other way. And then this is it's called a small, it says it's a structure, but it's a small tower. Archery tower, I think. I really like it. It's very, very cool. Look at all the detail, all the barrels and things. Just so cool. You go up there, and that way you can have an archery.
Yeah. Person. Now this one only has 100 of 100 health.
Oh,
so you might want to put it behind a fence.
It's good for you to see that. Oh my goodness! Yeah, you don't. That would go away really fast, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah. And then this is a huge, huge Viking house. And I put a few plants out just to make it look like they were having a garden. But I'll go this way. Steffi went that way. And I'll show the front. And then you'll see it's like this big T. It makes a big T. So you go through here. Or actually, it's a cross, I guess.
Yeah, it's a cross.
Yeah. So you have that way. You have that way, and then you go up here, and you have all of this. This is a huge building. Huge building.
Yeah, several tribe members could easily fit.
Uh-huh. And you can block off things with your doorways and stuff. And you have doors that fit all of these doorways. So I just don't use them. And then you go on down here, and this is part of that building, the T, and you can see again the tower. The tower from here, it is so tall, and then you can even see the apartment buildings above that.
So I want to show you really quickly. So this house has been damaged slightly, probably by an animal.
Oh, yeah. So, that's not good, Steffi.
In order to repair these, you will need another Alpha Tyrannosaur tooth.
Yeah, I'm thinking that needs to change. So, maybe, but it is 400,000.
Right. You've got a ways to go before it's gonna.
So I guess it all comes out in the wash because I don't know. How many Alpha Rexes have you seen on the center though?
One.
I haven't even seen any.
I saw one. Yeah.
Yeah. So and if you're on a server with a bunch of tribe members who want, I don't know. That's interesting. I'd be interested. I did try to find a Discord for the mod developer, and I couldn't find a Discord. So I don't know. I have so many questions I want to ask.
Yeah.
That this is another tower. I think this is called the archery tower. No, it says structure, but I think it is called the archery.
But this one has 400,000 health.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this small one is a mistake.
Yeah, I think that probably is. probably
It
is.
should have more health.
But again, this has, let's turn off our backspace. This has all this detail. It just, there's a sawhorse over there. I love that. And a little stool with some bottles.
And bags and barrels.
Yeah.
Just
Looks like maybe
really
horse
cool.
food over there. Straw. So here's another one. I thought this was good. As the Vikings come by, we could get up on there and arch and shoot them with our arrows.
The pirates. We're
pirates.
the Vikings. We're gonna kill the pirates.
The pirates, yeah, that's who we would defend from. And then here's another market stall. I thought this was another one that's very cool, and it's just so well done. I love these things. These are really cool. You go up here, and the detail, it just looks so realistic, don't you think?
I do. I really like it. I love that you can actually go out on the balconies.
Yeah.
It's just very cool.
It's very, very fun.
You can even put a railing on around the edges. I mean, there's just so much you could do with it. It's just, I mean, your imagination has no limit.
Yeah, it makes your imagination go crazy.
I'm not sure why, but it does have a cross on the top. So I don't know if that's something Viking or...
I'm sure it is. Oh, I see, yeah. Sure it is. Viking or medieval.
Could be an open church.
Yeah, could be an open church. That's a great idea for that. Another Viking house. And they're pretty much the same. The little Viking houses are very similar. Oh, one other thing about these towers. I could not figure out I wanted to get up and look up in them because it looks like there's barrels and chairs up there. And I wanted to get up in that house. I couldn't figure out, I'm sure it's me, but I couldn't figure out how to get a ladder up there or steps. I tried to put the medieval ladder on, and it would just get very wonky. I don't know. Very, very weird. So,
yeah, so if anyone knows,
yeah,
what
I was doing wrong. But see, they have those flags. I love that.
That's so awesome.
But I could see there's chairs and barrels. I'd like to go up in the little buildings. The next thing we want to show, I do want to make one of the blueprints. And so when I get that crafted, I'm going to go try to find a place to place it down, and we'll be right back. All right, so I have crafted one of the it's called medieval building structures. I got it out of the smithy. Let's put it down, and I'll show you what you can do. So you can see, they're good. They're really, really good in a way, but you have to have very flat land in order for them to work the way you want them to. But we're going to start with number 1, and you can see there's 1 of 11 structures. If you look down above my toolbar, so there you can see that looks like it's the tower. No, that's one of the bigger houses, but it's not the tower. And then there's one of the like apartment buildings, and it says number 4. There's a tower. There it is. There's a tower. And then I'm clicking R, and there's another tower. It says medieval structure 7 of 11. And then I'm sure he's going to name these. I'm just almost positive that will be an improvement he'll do. I think that's very time consuming to do that. And then number 9 of 11, number 10 of 11, and number 11 of 11. And so if I place it here, I think, let's see, where's one of my favorites? I can see because I've looked at them now, I kind of know. Let's do this one. Now that one shows it has some bushes, it has a little side yard, and once you click your left mouse key once, you're able to look. See, I can go up, I move my mouse forward, I can go up, I can go down, I can go around. So it makes it really nice. Now this one looks like I'm going to not have a problem. Though it does look like maybe my little fencing is above the ground, and I'm trying to go down as low as I can. So there's why you might, maybe. No, it does go up. This is why you might want to put foundations down, just because it gives you a little bit more control. But yeah. I wanted to show See, now here, see, it goes down in the sand if you don't have a perfectly level land. So that's why you might want to, that's why you might want to put down foundations. That's why I put so many foundations down, because I ended up, it works just fine, but you have to have super flat land. And I tell you, the center there are places that are flat, but these buildings are huge. So Steffi, if you want to put yours down, we can't watch you, but you can, she's going to show us what it's like to put one on the ground itself. How many does it show? Like one of how many, Steph, on yours?
So it shows 8 of 10 structures.
Oh, so you're number 8 of 10.
Another thing I highly recommend, and I don't know that everybody knows this, but if you press K, that will take you back, and you can scroll your mouse back, and you can see the whole house.
And if you're in admin mode, it really helps. Most of everything I placed in here was in admin mode, so it made it easier. But if you're not in admin mode, there we go. All right, perfect. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, I thought this looked very beachy.
But see, yes, it does look like a beach house.
Oh,
boy,
no!
You got the beach inside.
I got the beach in the house.
Yeah.
I should have lifted it up a little bit more.
Yeah. But it's hard to know where your doors are too, right?
Yeah.
Could you figure out where your door was?
Well, I kind of assumed, because
but you can't tell, right?
But no, you can't tell.
I wish there was somehow they could put a little outline around the door, maybe a little orange outline or something.
That would be nice.
Little outline so that we can tell where the doors are. But like I say, we are not in admin mode, and you're able to pick them up.
So I also need to clarify. In K mode, you cannot lift up your house.
Right.
So make sure that if you're in K mode, after you do your first click and you're ready to adjust your house, make sure to push K so that you can move your mouse up and down and around.
Yeah.
That's a little better.
Pretty good.
Still got some rocks.
But. Yeah. So again, if you don't have it perfectly flat, boy, this will tell you. It will tell you. Now, she could have done it sideways over here. And it might have been flatter sideways because of the size of the house. These bigger houses, oh my gosh, you have to have foundations. There's no way to find. I mean, even this, I can tell this is very not flat. It's not flat at all. So I don't know, it may make it worse. But with those big houses, you have to have foundations. And I don't think there's such a thing as that much of a flat surface. I think there's one place on Crystal Isles, maybe, that you could create this village, but one place that I know of. But it's all pretty uneven. It may look level, but it isn't. And boy, once you start putting your foundations down, you learn that super quick. There we go. Oh, wow. Is that the same house?
That's the same house.
Really? That's interesting.
So I lifted it up quite a bit. I was very surprised that the stairs went down as far as they did.
Yeah.
And then...
See, that tells you. That's really good.
You can see how dark it is before you put lights.
Here you go. This is how dark all the buildings would be if I hadn't added those lights.
Yeah.
Those lights.
Look how far I was able to...
Yeah, see, that's good.
And then I could build underneath here.
Yeah, that's true. A while ago, that was flat on the ground.
Put my trough down here.
I love that. So hopefully we're giving some good ideas, and you can figure out how best for you. I hope he does fix it so you don't have to use Rex teeth, because I'm not sure many of my tribe mates would want to build these houses. So, especially early on. I mean, that's something.
In a perfect world, what would be really cool is if you had like a tribe leader, and when you got ready, you could go to the tribe, to the city councilor or whatever,
Yeah.
And you could say, okay, this is the house I want to build. Have this all set up so people can pick their house.
Yeah.
And then say, here's my alpha tooth. I'm ready for my blueprint.
Yeah.
And by that time, you're pretty much set.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you can kill an alpha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you need is an admin with a city center that he could be the mayor.
Yeah.
And you could buy the tooth maybe.
Yeah,
Something
or
like
that. Yeah, buy the tooth.
Yeah.
Have an auctioneer or something. But
yeah, that would even be that would be super fun.
Yeah, one other thing I did want to say is that everything is pick upable.
Yes. Yes.
So
that's the good thing.
You can pick things up so you won't waste your alpha tooth.
Yeah. And like I say, you can place it and see how everything is and see where you need to lift up and see where the dirt's coming through the floor. See where your door is, your front door, so that you can put it down the way you want it. I'm glad they did that. Gosh, can you imagine?
Glad. Oh my gosh, no.
But anyway, I hope this little video was super helpful. It was very fun to make it, that's for sure. And we love doing new mods. We love seeing new mods, and I'm just so tickled to see something like this in Ark Ascended.
Yeah, this is amazing.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Be sure and check out all of our other videos. And right now we're playing on a server on the center, and we're about to do boss battles. So
yeah, so we're super excited. So be sure and like and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified of all of our upcoming videos.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Bye.